You're the only one I can count.
He went live. All right, what up, guys?
What up, everybody? It's Animac here with Gozen and our boy Soul Maka. And in this week's live stream, Saturday stream, we're going to be talking about Code Geass, the new HD PV. So we decided because we have so much to talk about, so many theories, so many things going on with this PV now, with the new details that we get from the HD version, I thought we would switch it back up to the discussion mode so we can really talk about the theories, get you guys involved in the chat. I've gotten a bunch of people emailing me already about various theories that they have, that some stuff that I didn't even think of. So I thought that rather than doing the rewatching, we'll go back to this format at least now because we definitely have enough material to discuss. So welcome, guys. Get settled in the chat. It's gonna be a cool time. What up, Gozen? How you doing today, my friend? Also, brother.
Goes on? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm doing good. Me and Animac were just doing some Slava Serbian celebration related stuff, and now we're ready for you guys to talk about this new PV, which, as you can tell, the internet is excited about, which is cool for us too.
And Sol Maka, how you doing, man?
Yeah, man, I'm good. I'm good. It's good to be back again on a Saturday. It's been a little while. I almost forgot what it was like, but yeah, it's good to be here again.
That old
Yeah, it's
feeling,
true
eh?
because we didn't have much news, and then we were just doing the rewatches. However, because we're using OBS, I have no idea how to get guests on a rewatch. So technically, I don't know how to do that. I don't know if it's possible. It might be, but I'm just not sure.
I was just reading some of our comments for the Attack on Titan live stream, and some guys like next episode 24 hours earlier
Yeah, that was good.
because we
And,
left off at a very interesting point in Attack on Titan.
and we got so many peeps in the chat already. And by the way, Discord party this weekend. We have Eno's birthday today and Ateru's birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, ladies. And the Discord party is going to be happening all Sunday. So, yeah, if you're not on Discord, link is in the description. Be sure to join us. It's going to be a crazy time. In the chat, we have Kuri Gohan again. What's up, Kuri? Ateru, Supreme, Oscar, Colonel Nat, Nick, Wraithis, a lot of usual suspects. Soul Maka is in the chat. Foxian, I see him on Twitter all the time. Lacey Chan, Creep Ellen, Nana is here. Nana always here. Yeah, Jeremiah Gottwald. Orenji Kun is here. That's amazing. Luna, of course, here. Daya. Hatenchi is here. Hatenchi, one of the guys who contributed to the fan art that we're going to be showcasing in the Q&A video that we're working on, hopefully recording today, guys. So yeah, welcome everyone. Let me know what theories you have for this PV. I made a video about it that you can check out, like analyzing it, but there's so much interesting stuff that we can discuss. I got a few of your messages about some theories I'm going to be talking about. But first, I wanted to get Gozen, you, and Sol Maka's first impressions about this HD version, and what were the things that really stood out to you as interesting as compared to the low quality version.
Soul, you can take it first.
Right, okay. Well, yeah, things that stood out for me that were, well, which I missed.
Your mic is quiet, Soul.
Hello?
Yeah, now it's better.
Okay. Yeah, like the things that I missed before, I would say are the fact that Anya was with Jeremiah in the panned out shot where the flamingos were. Um, Also with the C2 and more than likely Lelouch on the camels. Um, oh no, I think those are the main details really. And then also the like I don't know, what is it, like an engine or rocket or something that Suzaku was on, you know, that he like rides on that kind of crashes into where the
Yes.
Grove is. Because at first we always thought it was a train, like he was on a train and the train attacked and he jumped out. Because that's what it appeared like, that's what it looked like. But obviously, yeah, it's not a train then. It's something else, like maybe a part of a plane or ship or something.
Yeah. By the way, Soul, are you on Discord right now?
Yeah.
Because I think that's what's muting your mic. It's your mic is quieter because I think you're on Discord.
So I should exit Discord.
So I think that's what might be happening.
Is it?
Gozen, your thoughts. What were your biggest takeaways?
My biggest takeaway is that's an interesting question. So I loved getting it in HD. We can get a sense of what the animation is going to be like, which it's good as always. They didn't stray too far from what it's like in the original, which is probably a good thing. We don't want them to try to like outdo themselves and then do something over the top that no one likes. Yeah, I'm like you said, Anya, that was interesting. I told Animax some stuff too that I found interesting, but can't remember right now. So get back to me.
Yeah, Anya was interesting because at first, because she's pink, so she blended in with the flamingos in the low quality version. But then in this version, you can finally actually see her right there beside Orange. So that was interesting. I also had a cool message on Discord from Sugar Kun, who noticed the Buddha statue that Cornelia is walking up to in the PV is similar to the Buddha statues that were in the Buddhas of Bamayan, I think it's called. They were in Afghanistan. They were carved into mountains, into the stone, and they were then destroyed by the Taliban. So you might have heard of those. But he was thinking that perhaps in this alternate world of Code Geass, they were not destroyed, and that she could actually be in Afghanistan at that time. So I thought that was an interesting theory.
Okay. Yeah. There's a because Macro on the Discord, he was going into it a lot, like what he could possibly think would be happening with the plot.
You're too quiet, Soul. You gotta fix it somehow.
How's that? Is
Still
that loud?
quiet. I don't know. Like, did you try exiting Discord completely?
Yeah, I've closed it. Yeah.
Why would it be Discord, man?
Yeah.
Because sometimes Discord takes your also uses mic, and then sometimes it mutes other things.
Okay.
Is that still quiet? Is it still quiet?
Yeah, it's still quiet for some reason.
Okay.
You sound like this. If you hear me now, that's basically what you sound like the whole
Yeah, well,
time.
that's all right then. That's ASMR then, isn't it? It's all good.
No,
Well,
it's
ASMR
not,
is actually the
pleasant.
opposite.
It's
ASMR
not
is
pleasant, Soul.
you being silent, but the volume being super high. All right. So I got the PV in front of me, and one of the things was we already knew, right? It's not necessarily new, but I do want to see why there are like explosions of buildings, right? The terrorist looks like terrorist acts, but something the Black Knights would never do. And the new Nightmare frame, the purple one, I'm wondering if that's just a recreation of the original that Lelouch was using, or is it like possibly an enemy's one? Is it Lelouch's?
Well,
And could it be that, yeah, could it be that Anya did somehow attack Orange since they were in the same scene, and then the next scene Orange getting attacked? So
yeah,
that's some interesting stuff right there.
yeah. The question again is: are Marianne and Charles really dead, or did their consciousnesses somehow?
Oh, I hope they don't come back. Yeah, or at least Charles. But
Yeah, like because let's say Marianne, her consciousness went into a collective unconscious, and then somehow emerged again and took over Anya or something. But Daemonicus in the Discord was talking about the Nightmare frame. And he thought, and I've had a few other people say this in the comments, that they thought that it looked like a combination of the Lancelot with the Shinkiro colors. So people were speculating that it could be the new Zero's Nightmare, meaning Suzaku's Nightmare, like a Lancelot, but changed to look like Zero colors. So I wanted to get your guys' take on that.
I think it's interesting. So Suzaku as Zero kind of has his own mecha.
Well, I think that's the theory. So
yeah, I think that's interesting. Still, I do think that's interesting. Oh, am I louder? Am I louder now?
No.
If anything, you're getting more quiet, Soul.
Seriously, what the hell? All right.
Like you gotta scream for us to hear you normally.
Yeah, I don't know. Like maybe try leaving and coming back in.
All right. I'll try that.
All right.
Okay, try it.
Animac. In the other interesting parts is now we know for sure that it's Rivals and Miley and Nina, or Millie and Nina in the airport. So I'm wondering why they're traveling and where are they going, right? So that's gonna be interesting to see because they usually don't leave Area 11. And there's one scene that goes by quick where it seems to be the Guren traveling with Britannian mechas, right? So it's interesting to see Nightmare frame. So it's interesting to see how they're gonna be working together to do something. What are they trying to do in that scene? That's gonna be interesting. And in the Cornelia scene, we have a shot of a sword, which could just be background stuff, but it's interesting. I wonder why there would be a sword there, and really clear for us to view.
It's like some sort of ruins, some important ruins is what I'm getting from that, right? It's the ruins are important, and there's a research team. Like you saw, there's a modern research team using modern technology there in front of Cornelia before the explosion. Although some people think that it wasn't an explosion that she sees a nightmare landing or something. So yeah, we don't know. But yeah, it's very interesting. Like, what are they researching? And I'm thinking probably the origins of Geass, something like that. But yeah, I really find that interesting. Yeah, we have a lot of cool stuff in the chat. People saying they can't hear Soul. So yeah.
Ataru asked me to scream. I don't know why.
No, she's quoting you saying to Somaka.
Okay, all right, that makes sense. That makes more sense.
Angelo says Nina X Gozen.
Yeah, he said it like 50 times, and it's like, why, man? Like,
well,
stop being a troll.
I acknowledge
stop being a troll, man. This is what you don't acknowledge trolls, Animac. Like, this is
not trolling. He was on our other video saying stuff, and you didn't mind.
He's trolling now, though.
Yeah, okay.
Trolling, Angelo.
Well, and by the way, Ataru had a theory about the thing Suzaku is jumping off of, and let me just pull that up.
Can you guys hear me better now?
Yes, now it's good.
Okay then. Right. Well, I'll give my ideas while you're pulling that up.
Yeah.
Yeah. With Cornelia, I would lean towards a nightmare arriving as well. For that like wind blown, blowing her hair thing, definitely. I believe she is researching the Geass in order to uncover the truth behind it, so she can try and clear Yuffie's name, because it seems like that would be her goal. Yeah, the nightmare, the one that we're seeing that people are thinking, that's like the Lancelot but modified and then recolored. Yeah, I can see that. It really does look like the Lancelot. But yeah, I mean, I can imagine. Yeah, he would be using it. Because he used to ride the Lancelot, Suzaku. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, because I have a feeling that what do you call it? Lelouch, eventually when he arrives, he himself is going to be using the nightmare. So I'm not too sure if that's like going to be his nightmare at all. Yeah, I mean, I'm not 100% confident, but I can definitely see the likeness to the Lancelot. But that doesn't mean that like Lelouch himself couldn't have had one like made. So
yeah, because the Lancelot is so like good, right? Advanced, right?
Yeah. It's just an advanced model, and obviously time has passed, so any model now would be an advanced model. So it could be like the Lancelot Mark II or Mark III or something. So you can't exactly rule that out as well.
Yeah, so what Ataru was talking about is, I don't know if you guys can see this, but she pulled up like this stuff from like extras about the Code Geass world, and there's this thing called the SPE 2000, which was an engine. I don't know if you can see it right.
Oh yeah. I was discussing that with
like an engine that they were using for planes. Looks like an engine that they were using for planes, but they don't use planes much anymore because the Sakuradite works better with nightmares rather than airplanes. The Sakuradite is too heavy for airplanes, I think. But yeah, that was like a prototype engine for a plane. So she was saying that it looks a lot like that, which is true. But I also thought that it looked like it was on a rail, like a train rail, on a single rail.
Yeah.
So I thought that it was on a rail and then it just like spiraled out of control. It went too fast or something, rather than it being just flying randomly. And someone also mentioned that it could be Gaifeng Disturber, that someone, because oranges are all over Suzaku, that he could be in the same place that Jeremiah is in, and that someone was using the Gaifeng Disturber to mess with Orange, and that's what it was.
Right, yeah, and he took it out kind of thing to save Orange or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Potentially,
yeah.
We also got a question a while ago from Hatenshi, and they asked about whether Lelouch and Suzaku are going to be enemies, or are they going to be friends the whole season?
Ooh, that I don't know, you know,
That's an
because
interesting
I
question.
mean, at the end of the day, Suzaku's standpoint was he gets to get revenge for Yuffie and gets to kill Lelouch. So at that point, I am guessing Lelouch had no knowledge or awareness that he would survive, he would live. So if he does come back, I mean, I think that will still cause some kind of rift between them. I mean, obviously he'll see that okay, everything he's done for a greater good. You know, we've had this peace for however long, all thanks to his plan and stuff. You know, obviously there were innocents that died in that process, but to then see him back again, he might still feel a bit cheated. You know, that he never actually got that revenge that he was promised. So yeah,
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 that
I
would.
feel like it all depends what Lelouch ends up doing, because I'm guessing that Lelouch is gonna have to make a big choice. Either appear in public again
never.
and fight his enemies, or leave it to Suzaku. Like, and it'll be like probably one of the choices Suzaku's gonna be on board with, and the other one he wouldn't. So it's gonna be all like, I think Lelouch's actions are gonna determine how Suzaku acts towards him. Like, is he gonna do something uh, be on board for a goal that Suzaku agrees with, or if Lelouch is going to diverge, as he often did in the show, which leads to conflict between them.
It would be interesting if we passed that conflict, because they kind of like really milked it the whole show, and hopefully like they don't just continue with the same kind of tropes that they've been using. I'd like to see them working together, because although Suzaku can suck, they're really epic and they kick ass when they're together. So I think that would be a good combination.
Yeah,
True,
yeah.
and but then if they're together, the enemy must be a big deal
For sure.
for them to need to
Yeah.
fight
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
And it
'Cause I
better.
mean, not only have they got the advantage of how great they are when they work together, but you've also got the advantage of the immortal Lelouch. You
Yeah.
know,
So you
so
have a lot going.
yes.
C2 also probably still immortal. So
Mm-hmm.
so I don't
And
know what's going on.
by
Yeah,
the
because
way,
I mean, the whole thing before was Lelouch couldn't defend himself because he weren't like athletically like on par with
Mhm.
Suzaku. So Suzaku could be the front man; he could take on fighting whoever, and Lelouch would have to hand back and just like be the brains. But now, yeah, he can hand back, but he doesn't have that threat of oh my god, if they get me, because he can't die. Any injury that's done to him would then just revert back to normal. So yeah.
yeah. So in order for this to be interesting, the enemy Lelouch faces is going to have to be someone that could potentially kill him somehow, right? So I'm sure it's going to be related to Geass power. And Urbano made an interesting point. He says, how big of a scene will it be when Nunnally finally finds out that Lelouch is alive? And yeah, I agree with that 100%. That's going to be crazy. That's going to be a crazy reveal. Like, that's what be one of those, like, Attack on Titan right now is doing a lot of like building up to crazy reveals, and like I feel like that'll be one of those things that's going to build up to it. It's going to be just like, what? And also, Urbano, by the way, is one of our patrons. So thank you, bro, for supporting Anime Uproar. A few of you guys were asking me about Patreon, like where to find it. I left a link in the description if you want to check it out. Basically, it's if you want to support us to keep doing this weeb stuff, then we offer you cool rewards based on the Code Geass hierarchy. So yeah, if you want to check that out, link in the description. And someone else asked, who was this? Who was this? Damn it, I forget now. I think I might have lost track. But someone else was talking about if you think Akito the Exile, if we think Akito the Exile is going to play into Code Geass Season 3. And some people thought with the camel scene, when you zoom in, I thought the hair looked green, so I thought it might be C2. But some people think that it's actually the hair looks blonde, and it actually could be Layla and Akito in that scene. So I wanted to get you guys' thoughts on that.
Yeah, I think that would be an interesting thing, because it's hard to tell, right? Whether it's that light green or yellow from the image. But that would be interesting if it was Layla, and I could see it for sure. We've seen the possibility of crossover, so I think it would be interesting as long as they don't take over a significant portion of the plot. I think it would be fine. And I just wanted to point out that after we can talk about this after Solmaka answers, but Devil the Rebel, what up? He asked about code hunters and whether they could be like Code Hunters that are the enemies, and that would make the vampire kind of parallel that I talked about before much more clear. But Solmaka, go.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I definitely think there's a chance of them meeting up with Layla and Akito due to them joining with the gypsies and traveling themselves. So there's definitely a chance of them meeting up with them. But I still think it is C2 and Lelouch because the last place they had a headquarters where they planned out the last steps of the Zero Requiem was in their base in Baghdad. So
Yes.
I'm seeing it as maybe they're returning there.
Yeah, and the fact that like some people have like slowed down the frame and it does look kind of like the cart blown over. It's kind of stretching it, but it kind of looks like the
Yeah,
cart
yeah,
that Lelouch was
yeah.
driving. That's
Yeah,
a big
yeah. I mean, it would be weird that it's still
Yeah.
there. You
Yeah.
know, it got us this far, folks. Now we're
But it
switching
could,
to camera.
it could be a little tip of the hat to
Yeah,
during the
yeah,
PV to show us
yeah,
that it's definitely Lelouch, guys.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it could be.
Yeah. Also, Enrico said a very interesting theory. He said that in Code Geass Season 3, the villain might be Table Kun, out for revenge. And I think that would be better for an OVA.
That would be like a melodrama.
Oh yeah,
That wouldn't be.
yeah, yeah. That would definitely be awesome for an OVA. Tablekun's Revenge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan says cart theory. Oh, I love it. All right.
Imperialist Opinions says that the Glinda Knights from the Oz of the Reflection manga would also exist, so they could potentially come into play. And yeah, I think it's very interesting to think about whether Oz the Reflection, Renya of the Darkness, Akito the Exile, whether these would come into play, because there are some cool characters and concepts in these about the world and so on that I would want to see in Season 3 if done right. I wouldn't want to see them just throw everyone in there and make no sense. But I would like to see like Akito and Layla. I think would be a cool addition to Season 3 if they do it in a good way.
Yeah, well, I'd be more interested actually, because I think the Glinda Knights themselves would stop in it, you know, because like basically the Black Knights has become like the unified world police. So all other little factions, I guess, would have been disbanded. But one thing, there was Orpheus 7 from Oz, and originally he was with a militia group, a terrorist group called Peace Mark. So I'm wondering if maybe they will play a role into it at all, maybe. But it all depends. It all depends what their goal is, you know.
Salmon of Doubt is like Lelouch was in Kekistan, and then out there was like Kekistan. But seriously though, you know, we have to stop the repression of the people of Kekistan. It's not a laughing matter.
No.
Original Ink says a lot of people are watching more than most Saturdays, and I think it's because the hype with this PV
HD
is
PV,
real
yeah.
for sure. The HD PV is a big deal, and yeah, the one cart thing. I don't know what you guys think, but the cart that we see in the camel scene that's kind of turned over does look a lot like the cart at the end of R2. However, why would that specific cart be doing in the middle of a desert?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Like,
that's my point. Like it got us all the way this far, folks, and then now, you know, two camels happen to pass by. Hey, yeah, let's ride those. But yeah,
But this
no,
is what
it's
we live for, man. We live for diving onto these little things and making huge overblown theories about them.
these mad crack theories. Yeah,
I love it.
yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah, no, but I mean, one thing that was interesting that Macro from Discord was saying, he was saying like, you know, the last scene we see in R2 where they're on the cart.
Yes.
He's saying that is like not directly after, but you know, it's time after the initial like
Ooh.
death and stuff like that. He was saying it's quite some time after.
Yeah, like a few
that
years.
was actually
Right?
in like Europe area. Yeah, I mean, so they're in Europe already by then, you know, traveling down to wherever they're heading. So yeah, sounds interesting.
That cart lasted a long time, man.
Ain't it?
That was a good cart.
yeah. And Urbano said that he thinks that Schneisel might become a puppet for a new villain. And yeah, Schneisel is the kind of like guy that would be like to me, a decent side character in R3 because he's still there. He still hates Lelouch, even though he's been Geassed. That Geass power could potentially be neutralized. And yeah, so I think that he could be an interesting character in R3, but I hope he's not the main villain, of course.
Yeah, I don't want that at all because I feel like it's been done right. They did a good backstory. It went to a good, climax between them, and then it concluded well. And now if they rehash that, that's going to be upsetting for me at least.
I tell you what it is. Mao's gonna come back. That's what it is.
Oh God! Imagine Mao coming back again.
Britannian science. It's amazing.
Medical science healed me, guys.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
I see Cookie in the chat. What's up, Cookie?
Girl bro
And
too.
of course, Undead Wolf Amelia, aka the Cookie Bay, is in the chat. Finrod as well. Dark X Heart. Forgotten Nun 15. Forgotten Nun 15. We'll get it right, girl bro. Don't worry.
Girl bro.
Girl bro, we'll get it right one day. And Violence Teacher said it's obvious the Lelouch and C2 are chilling in our Antarctica with their penguin bros. I like that theory because there's no basis for it whatsoever. So
those are the best theories.
If anything, it's
The ultimate crack.
it's suspicious that there is no evidence for it. So I think it's plausible.
Ryan says, I don't want these old villains. Give me something new. And definitely, they're definitely going to need to give us something new. I don't see a way around that. Animac, I did want to ask you because I loved season 2 of Code Geass, but you told me before, I don't know if you still feel this way, but you told me that you prefer season 1 to season 2. And I think a big part of that was because like they were trying to do too much, make it like bigger than life kind of thing. And now in season 3, they're going to need to up the ante again. So do you think there's a risk of them just going too far with it?
I think my biggest problem with season 2, with R2, was the whole Lelouch versus Suzaku stuff. Because it kept being this bromance / rivalry where Lelouch, he would eliminate every other enemy for the greater good except Suzaku, who he kept letting him mess up his plans. And that's why I feel like originally, you remember that there was that original script that leaked a while ago? And it was originally, Lelouch was supposed to shoot Suzaku at the end of R1 and change that dynamic. However, they changed it and went back on that, and then it continued to be this whole Lelouch, Suzaku bromance / rivalry. Whereas I feel like if Lelouch actually shot him at the end of R2, he would have mentally been like, that's it. I can't keep letting this guy fuck with me. I got to do what's right for the greater good, even if it means killing my best friend. And kind of, I feel like that would have been a better thing. My problem with R2, one of the biggest ones, was that drag between Suzaku versus Lelouch, that relationship. I didn't have a problem with the other stuff, the Geass stuff, the mecha stuff. It was that part that was kind of to me.
So let's talk about Australia, because I don't think we're gonna get out of not talking about Australia here. All of our videos we gotta mention at least a few times. And Black Firewolf says, my theory of Australia is a penal colony, right? So that's interesting, right? But the fact that Mao wants to go there, it makes me think like in Brave New World, where there's that one island where people can still be kind of how they want to live, while everywhere else you gotta live the same kind of thing, but they keep that there for specific people so that they don't have to rail against the system kind of thing. Australia might be that kind of situation where it's just this zone where you can kind of do your own thing and not have to be obstructed by a different country. So that could be interesting to see what's going on in Australia, and why do people think it's safer than other places?
Yeah, I'll get into that in a minute, but I just want to say that Kazuto Kirigaya, and we all know your true name, Kirito, stop trying to hide, says that, asks, is green Geass at the end of the PV an actual Geass? And some people believe it's just a cool thing of the animation. Other people think it's a hint that there's going to be different forms of Geass. So we're not sure. We're just speculating. I think there might be different forms of Geass, but I think some believe that it's just an animation.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But why? Why would they do that? Why? I don't get it. Why green? Why would they just? I don't know. Why would it just be red from the beginning? But I
The
guess
lights were green. That's why.
I don't
the
know, man.
lights, the
I
lights
don't
that made
know.
the shape were green. It was
I don't
green.
know, but we do know there can be different colored Geasses, right? But in
Well,
that
yeah,
specific example, it could be
yeah.
just the lights. But they knew they were gonna like spark theories as soon as they released that. They were like, oh yeah, like making it green. It's just you can't not say something about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
That is true.
I think it's interesting because if we didn't have the blue Geass, then we
Mhm.
probably wouldn't have necessarily made that connection. But because they show us the blue Geass, that makes us think, oh shit, is there a green Geass, right? So I think it could be relevant, it might not be. But either way, like if we're watching season 3 and all of a sudden we see a Geass go green, we're gonna be like, oh fuck, man, oh shit. Like it's gonna be like just insane. Just insane. Like I don't know if I could even do like we're doing live reactions for Attack on Titan now. I don't even think if we could do it for Code Geass. I would just like smash the computer, just take the microphone, just like ah! Oh shit! Now
Yeah.
I can't watch anymore. Why did I do that?
I feel like if there was that, we'd definitely be way less looking at the chat and more just like doing anime recon style, just looking at the screen intensely and being like, okay, holy, oh no, oh my god, what is this? It's Colin, oh my god. That would be our reaction. There would be little room to actually like see
No,
what
yeah,
you guys are
we wouldn't be
typing.
doing no chat checking. At least not like maybe we would like do like a live reaction, just like watching it, then do like a discussion after. But yeah,
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 definitely. I don't want to
but
miss
no,
anything. I don't want to miss
for
anything.
Australia, for Australia, yeah, like I said in that video that we made a while ago, the image, the Code Geass image from 2009 that appears to show a scene from season 3, and in this latest PV analysis, I talked a bunch of times about no shit that I think a lot of stuff could be happening in Australia, and I even came up with a specific area of Australia where I think it could be happening because they're known for sheep, they're known for oranges. The landscape looks a lot like the PV stuff. So yeah, I personally think Australia is a big deal because we get the hint that we know people live there because Mao says we should go there. I have a house there. So, it's people live there. It's not just a penal colony. But we also know that it's not on the maps, like it's not affiliated with anyone. So it's a good place to hide. We don't know why it's like that, but it's definitely, I feel, relevant. And it will be a good place to hide. It's a huge new continent where they could go that I haven't visited before. So yeah, I think I'm a big Australia conspiracy theorist myself. And I know some people agree with me. Some people think I take it too far, but Australians, man.
No, there has to be something. Why is it untouched? Why do people feel safe being there as if it's not going to be the next target? Like there has to be some reasoning behind all of this referring to Australia indirectly in the show. There has to be something about it.
Yeah, and Supreme says Geass Shippuden confirmed.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
well done. Well done.
Okay.
I look forward to that.
No.
Although I did think the first part of Naruto was better, but let's hope this is not the same case.
Yeah, hopefully not. I mean, yeah, I would really hate if they started like ruining characters and things like that, just to try and like fit some kind of basic shonen trends or something. You know what I mean? I was like, no, oh no.
That's right. That's right. And it's so important that they don't sacrifice the characters we know them to be for like some kind of plot to form them into a specific plot that these characters would never actually go along with. So knowing the characters in the writing process will be very important to make this like a good show and a good season.
Yeah, and Kuri says Animac X Australia.
That's confirmed. That's pretty much confirmed, Curry.
Yeah, that's canon. Peter Stratton says, hey guys, what's up, Peter? I've seen you around before. Welcome. Helvian's been talking too. I don't know if I shouted him out yet.
Helvian's been talking. All right, let's move on.
Yeah, what's up, Helvian? Oh, there's Rick as well. And Colonel Nat was like, he said something. He asked, didn't Australia look independent? Because he looked gray, whereas everything else was colored. So like, I don't even know if it was independent or like off limits for some reason, like almost like off the map sort of thing. So yeah, I don't know why it was gray.
Yeah, do not Like Angelo is saying, "Oh, kill Colin," goes and cries. Yes, so that will happen. That will happen on the live reaction if that happens.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, yeah, they can't kill Cullen. I don't think they'll kill a main character like that.
You never know these
You
days,
know.
though, with anime and with shows in general. They like to toy with your emotions.
No, I don't think. No, I don't think. I don't think a character like Cullen would die because she's got too much like status in that sense. Like, no, no.
Yeah, and
I
we
mean,
need that.
someone like Ogi. I could see someone like Ogi dying.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
possibly Valletta. You know
No,
what I
no.
Possibly.
If Ogi
But
dies,
not
I
Cullen.
will step in and take care of his family.
I'm sure you would.
I'll make sure they're looked
The
after,
The
Ogi.
kid can go to boarding school. Give me more time alone with the new wife, you know.
No, yeah, I'll keep things real, guys.
Yeah.
Tarun has a theory, and Mitch in the chat said that maybe Australia has a hidden thought elevator that no one knows about. And Mitch said that maybe they have some kind of Geass user or a code bearer there that is powerful and that is keeping people from going to Australia or invading it, colonizing it. And I think that's an interesting theory because, again, we know there was an ancient civilization. We know there's remnants of that ancient civilization in the world of Code Geass, such as the thought elevators. So could it be that in Australia there is some sort of group of people that perhaps know more of the ancient ways, so stronger than what we've known so far, and that's what's keeping Australia from being colonized? Powers or like an actual being there that is protecting it? Or is it just, as some people have said, spiders and emus and shit? I don't know, but it's definitely an interesting concept.
Yeah, okay.
And Odwin really wants me to acknowledge him saying that the origins of the Australian population are prisoners. I thought we already acknowledged this, Odwin, but since you insist, and he says that maybe it's just like a free land where everyone's accepted because they just shipped all the unwanted people there, and maybe it has someone who everyone's scared of, or it's some kind of neutral ground. Yeah, the only thing about that is, like, makes sense, but the only thing about that is, why would Britannia, being as powerful as they are, not conquer such a huge land with resources that they can use, right? Unless there was something really stopping.
There has to be a reason. There has to be a reason.
Yeah, they've got Napoleon there.
Yeah. Napoleon has code. Napoleon has code, and he's in Australia.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, talking about C2 and Lelouch as well. I mean, if they are like heading like towards Baghdad area or around there, there is a 4 elevator next to the Caspian Sea. So that's like kind of in between. Yeah, that's kind of like in between like Kazakhstan, Turkey kind of area, you know. So maybe they're heading over there as well. Maybe, don't know, but yeah.
Yeah, again, that would be an interesting thing, assuming that those are all the thought elevators and not just all the thought elevators discovered so far. W negative says, is he the only one that thinks that it was strange that the song at the end of R2, the final scene, the song that's playing is actually called Continued Story? And yeah, I think that's also a hint to me.
That's
just
a
like
cool
that
Easter egg, yeah.
It's a hint to me that R3, well, season 3, I know it's not called R3, we just say it as a shortcut, but I thought that was always planned, that was always the plan, and that's why we had these sort of hints along the way, such as Continued Story.
And if you're watching our live reaction, we also sang the lyrics translated into English for the ending, and there were other clues that suggest that there would have been a continuation. So it's interesting if you look back, even though they could have not done it, and then people would have been like, "Oh no, this doesn't mean anything." I feel like they were just like, "Oh, but if we possibly do it, then we have something to go back on," which is exciting stuff.
Girl, bro, no one will do Valletta cosplays. No guys should be doing Valletta cosplays. I specifically condemn that idea right now.
If anyone's went to Anime North, you know what to do. Make sure to get Valletta cosplays at Anime North and take pictures with Animac.
No, fuck up. Ghostoff says he didn't see Table Kun in the PV and he was upset.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair dues.
I don't know.
Makes
Maybe he's hidden somewhere. Maybe there's a hidden Table Kun hint. I don't know.
Yeah, he was hiding in the car.
Luca's trying to tell us that the new villain is a kangaroo. Kangaroo mecha, maybe a kangaroo style mecha just jumping and shit. Because we know in Akito they have like horse like mechas, so
Oh,
maybe
yeah,
the
yeah.
kangaroo mecha is just kicking ass.
Yeah, oh, I was actually laughing though when I seen when I see that Anya was next to
Orange.
Orange, innit? Yeah. I was thinking about that, you know, that the fake video that was saying that Anya was gonna be the new like main villain.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe she got him. Maybe that's what it
know.
was.
Yeah, like I mean, at the same time, probably not. At the same time, now this lends a bit of credibility to that crazy theory.
I was thinking maybe like it could either be that like she's lost it now, innit? Because she's like finally like realized who she is and whatever. Because like majority of her life, like she didn't get to live it because it was like Marianne taking over in spells or whatever. So maybe during those certain times, there were certain things that happened in her life that's now she now realizes, and you know she's lost it that way, or it was a case of Marianne or Marianne and Charles some way using the connection from Marianne's geese to then invade her body.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking.
there could
Something
be
like that.
there could be something like that, like a continuation of what happened last season. But again, like I don't think if that happens, that might be a way to start up the plot, but it wouldn't be a way to like they wouldn't be the main bad guys for the thing.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, and yeah. I mean, yeah, because no one would want that, really, innit? We
No.
don't want to go down that road again.
Violence teacher says that maybe plot twist Tamaki is the father of Ogi's child, of Valletta.
Oh,
And no,
Tamaki.
do not smear my beautiful Valletta with such lies. Okay,
She's
would
a
never do
loyal
that.
woman.
She would never do that.
yeah, she definitely.
Girl, bro, stop telling people to cosplay as Valletta, unless those people are beautiful women. In which case, go ahead. Astral says that maybe Suzaku or probably Suzaku has Geass now. I would say no, because unless something drastic happens and the only way to stop it is for Suzaku to get Geass, he's not gonna get it because he hates Geass. He thinks it's evil. He thinks it's a curse. So I don't think he would willingly get it unless it's the only way to save humanity or something like that.
And one more thing about that. So we got to be careful because some people said also that like Colin might get code somehow. And the fact is, they got a Code Geass has to be very careful to not make this like every other character has like either code or Geass. Like, you know, you wanted to maintain at least some kind of rareness, some kind of value. But like if everyone starts having it, all of a sudden, the more you have it, the less cool it is, the less interesting it is. So I think they'll definitely. I hope they don't go overboard on how many Geasses and how many codes, especially, they're handing out. So we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, the only thing is, for once someone's got code, only someone with Geass in both eyes can actually affect them. So you know, we've got no choice in that avenue for threat level. That you know, it has to be someone that has got Geass in both eyes. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Dark X Heart is clarifying that she's a girl, Gozen. So just in case you start, you know, your regular stuff, she's a girl bros or
girl bro
or whatever you want to call them.
Why can't we just have like the little Pokemon symbols next to your names that tell me if you're a male or a female? That would be nice.
And Ryan Fu said the Gozen fanboy. He said that he thinks Nanali would be a good villain with Geass. We had a whole stream on that, on craziest, stupidest Code Geass theories, and that was one of them, with Nanali being the evil villain who knew the whole time, and her plan the whole time was to become Empress. I thought that was a pretty funny one. We'll see. We also had Hatenshi. He mentioned, remember the Geass order when the Black Knights slaughter all those kids with Geass?
Yes.
That V2 was creating? what if somebody? He says, what if one of them survived somehow and wants revenge? And yeah, that's the thing that interests me the most. Not even necessarily whether someone survived from that particular situation, but who are the Geass users out there that we don't know about? Are there code bearers out there that we don't know about? There's just so much that we don't know, and that's the interesting part to me. Like, there's so much potential and different options to go. So that is why I think this could be a really great season if they do it right, and they have the opportunity to do it right.
Yeah, well, so long Cornelia lives, I'll be happy. I'll definitely be happy.
Yeah, we all need our waifus to stay alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the way, the anime dude wants you to know that he is a male.
Come on, anime dude. Come on, man. You can't just put dude in your name and expect me to think you're a guy, man. What's going on with that?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw it because like Ataru in the Discord, when like me, Ataru, and Macro were discussing about, you know, the PV and stuff, she actually found a picture of the Gurren, and it looks like it's got a drill attachment on its arm.
A what?
A drill, a golden drill.
Oh, that's interesting.
To pierce the heavens.
Oh wow, that would be a very cool thing. To be honest, if they created something like that.
No, yeah, it's a picture, but it's like a not an official. It's an official image, but it's not like from a season. It's like a promotional image, I think, right?
Yeah,
and
no. There's two images because there's one when you see the nightmares, you know, going through the trees, and you can see it partially then.
Yes,
you can see it partially then. That's in the PV.
Big, man.
But then there's another picture, which is the promotional image of her stood there with Rakshtar and someone else. I can't remember who. And you see it there with the drill, the actual drill. You can see it clearly visible on it. So
yeah, but that second image is not from a season. It's like just a promotional image.
I gotta see that.
I know, but I mean, in the PV, when the nightmares are going through the trees, you can partially see the drill.
That's true. You can see it does look like a drill. So yeah, she saw me. She told me that picture, and I definitely agree that is an interesting point.
Christian is here. What up, bro?
Floor. What up, Floor? And Natsu Fired Up is here too. I haven't seen him yet here. Someone said Luca mentioned the thing where the Geass Chancellor seems to allow Lelouch to give another command to the same person. So when we see the Shirley scene of her dying, after the Geass Chancellor is used, the command seems to be taking effect, except she's already too far gone, like she's dying physically. However, her eyes start glowing, like telling us that it's working. So he thinks that it might be a plot point, Geass Chancellor allowing Lelouch to use Geass on the same person. That could be an interesting plot point in the future.
That could be interesting. Yeah. Okay. Drill is cool though. I can't wait. One of my favorite parts is going to be seeing how they create new technology and how they get creative with that. I enjoy seeing that.
I wonder if it uses the microwave thing as well with the drill.
The microwave? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it would be cool if they combined the two, right?
Yeah, that would be so Gurren Lagann right there.
That would be so overpowered. Like, I thought when you said the microwave thing, I'm like, is he talking about Steins Gate? Like, what is he?
No.
It's like time traveling microwaves, man.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, like definitely we're gonna have new nightmares. It's gonna be a very interesting that aspect of it for sure. One thing that I'm also thinking about is, I don't know if we discussed this, but why do you think that in the PV, so the scene right before we see Cornelia, Cornelia, I think she's too much tsundere for me, but very attractive woman.
Who? Repeat it.
Cornelia.
Yeah. Okay.
We know Valletta is, you know, waifu material beneath the surface, but the question is I don't
think Cornelia is a tsundere, because look how she acts with her person she loves. What's his name? What's the dude's name? Her knight, who she's always nice to. What is it?
With the one Gilbert, is it, or something like
Gillis, that? Yeah, something. Guilford.
Guilford. Is it Guilford? Like that.
Guilford.
Similar to that.
So yeah, what I was gonna say is, why do you guys think that it appeared like the Gurren was fighting alongside the Britannian Purple Nightmares.
Well,
Because they were
hopefully-
one unit, innit?
Yeah, exactly.
They've
Hopefully now
unified
they're
now,
working
innit?
together. Yeah.
Yeah, they've unified.
So
But
that's what
would they
I'm
still
thinking.
be though?
Guilford. No.
Yeah.
Guilford. Yeah, that's Guilford. Guilford. That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
Gilbert.
Gilbert, yeah.
Go stop. How that would make it so much less cool. I'm sorry to everyone called Gilbert, but
Gilbert.
Well, what do you mean,
No,
man?
no,
My middle name is Gilbert.
Gilbert, I love you. Animac's name is Gilbert, confirmed.
Don't tell people my real name, dude.
Emo Spider-Man, aka Gilbert, aka wannabe Gozen.
Bro,
Bro,
I'm the best Zen, okay?
you don't even have Zen in your name. But it was funny when someone combined their names. What was it like? It was today. It was like Gozenanimac or something. Gozamac? Something like that.
Gozamak.
Gozamac.
But yeah, Cornelia, definitely beautiful woman. Okay, Soul just linked me an image. God knows what this is going to be. Okay. It's not. Oh,
No, it's to do with what Gozen said.
oh yeah, Steins Geass. That's funny.
Oh man, I gotta
No,
see it.
no.
I can see it too, or no?
Yeah, you just click it. Click the
Don't
link.
worry, it's not usual Soul Manga link.
What are you trying to say?
Oh, that's so cute. That's nice. And I think this goes well together just because Kuris is such a cute character, and C2 in this position is cool.
Thank you, girl bro, for saying Animac #1.
I'll put it. If you can go.
Yeah, people went wild over this whole Gilbert thing.
I love it. Gilbert.
Gilbert.
Lord Gilbert.
Not now, Gilbert.
Gilbert, my knight.
Mitch says maybe someone in Australia is creating like a secret group that could counter Britannia. And that is like a secret group for sure is interesting because in that world, more and more people are learning about Geass. So we have the Europea learning about Geass through Layla, right? And Akito. And so in the future, we know that Geass is going to be a thing, right? Because people know that it's out there. It's a huge weapon in the hands of the Britannians so far, but they will all want it to fight against the Britannians. Wars are still happening there. Like right now, we think with the Zero Requiem, it's peace. But as I've always said on these streams and whenever people talk to me about it, I don't think the Zero Requiem will hold up because all these rival nations want their own piece of the pie. So for them all to follow the Black Knights and to have the Black Knights as their only military, I never thought that would last. So I think that definitely there's going to be secret groups, especially because the Zero Requiem is supposed to be the official thing and the Black Knights are officially attacking, defending the world, whatever. There's going to be secret groups of influential people preparing to fight back against the Black Knights and assert their own dominance, right? So I think that is definitely a possibility, having like secret groups. Maybe Glinda Knights coming into play again, maybe not, but
Maybe
It'll be interesting. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how now that if they go, they have power, if the Black Knights will somehow become corrupt too, or if they'll just not be able to control how much power they have. I know Animac is into those kinds of plot twists from reading his novel, so that's gonna be interesting to see.
no spoilers for my novel.
Why? Guys, it's really good. As soon as it gets published, everyone needs to buy 10 copies. It's so good.
So you can give to all your friends. No, but Luca said something that I didn't like. Let's read this and think about it because I haven't thought about this. He says the statue of Cornelia that Cornelia approaches looks like the one that had its upper head smashed and a butterfly on its nose during the flashback of V2 and Charles talking about their pact to kill God. Now, this is something I haven't noticed. Is this true?
Yeah, we'd have to go back. There's no way I can remember now.
Yeah.
Let me enter my
Damn it, I hate when someone comes up with something that I
photographic
didn't
memory.
notice.
Flashback?
Yes, it's exactly the same. Yes. Yeah.
Totally. Now, what episode was that though? What episode was that when they had the flashback? What was it, about 18?
Yeah, Luca, do you know which number episode that is?
Yeah, because I can check it real quick right now. 'Cause I got all
Forgotten
this
Nun says she'll buy 100 of your novels, Animax. So we gotta hold her to that.
Yeah, don't worry, girl, bro. We'll do business. All of Texas will be reading my book, Night of the Watchers. Look out for that.
Oh, hype! The hype is real, man. Right after all the Code Geass seasons come out, then Animac will just drop his book, and it'll be the next
Well,
thing.
hopefully
Man.
sooner, bro. Fuck off.
Yeah, hopefully sooner. I don't know.
I'm sending them out to agents right now, so it all depends on when I get an acceptance, and then it's happening, baby. I'll keep you guys posted, of course, here on the channel, so stay tuned.
I'll give you 5 minutes, Luca. You work out what episode that is. I'll check it. When they have a flashback, I think episode 18 is. Let me see. No, I think that's going against them.
By the way, Mitch says that he thinks that maybe the statue is guarding that Cornelia's walking up to is guarding an entrance to a thought elevator, and perhaps they're blowing it up in order to blow up, like in order to find the thought elevator, which is interesting because we know that there's thought elevators in Asia, right? And that looks like Asian architecture, and a thought elevator is definitely something that she would want to research. So that being related to a thought elevator, I 100% think is possible.
What happens if like the thought elevators get blown up, though? Animac, any theories? Like
Luca says it's episode 39.
Animac.
What?
If the thought elevators get blown up, what happens? Can they not be used anymore? Like that's the thing. Maybe someone wants to destroy the connection between the world of C and the real world.
Yeah, that's the thing. What happens if you destroy an elevator? First of all, can you destroy it with conventional weapons? Second of all, if you do, what happens? Does it destroy C's world? Does it destroy the connection with C's world? Does it do nothing at all as long as you use another thought elevator? We have no idea, right?
I assume it would. The C world would be able to like still impact the real world, but the real world would not be able to get to C's world. But who knows?
Yeah, and Anne Kristen says that she hopes it's good, really good, and so do we for sure.
Yeah, I hope it's like really
so
great.
Much potential. Well, obviously, it's my top 3 anime of all time. So much potential with that world that they set up, and that's what makes a great anime, in my opinion. They set up the kind of world that is really has so many options and potential, which means that there's plenty of room to make more stories and have a great 3rd season. So yeah, definitely fingers crossed, and I'm gonna be optimistic. Soul, you said you wanted to say something.
No. I just saw that, like he says at the beginning of episode 39. So I'm just trying to get to episode 39 now, and I'm gonna take a look and see what it says. So I believe that's episode 14.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing how all of the temples look different compared to where they are in the real world. Because I don't think a Buddha statue would be in front of all of them, right? It has to be a specific one.
Yeah, I'm guessing it would be different based on the culture that it's in, that kind of stuff. Because remember, the thought elevators were created long ago. No one even remembers when. So I'm guessing that some people would see these things and be like, "Whoa, this is
temples for God," kind of thing.
Something powerful, so that they could perhaps erect newer temples around them, relating it to their own religion, right?
Yeah, there's no way we can not deal with the world of C in the next season. I feel like it's just setting up right for it.
No, that statue looks European. It looks like they're in the middle of Europe somewhere and stuff. That statue that's at the beginning of episode 14.
All right, European versus Buddha confirms.
Yeah, so Soul says that the statue, Luca, that you're talking about at the beginning of episode 14 of R2, he thinks that it's more a European style architecture, meaning that it would be a different statue.
Yeah, like it's like like kind of like the Greek statues are and stuff, and they have the robe kind of the same in it,
like the Roman style stuff,
yeah. I mean, and so yeah, it looks more like that because the setting that they're in, you can see like a European kind of castle in the background and stuff like that. Obviously, that would be nowhere near any kind of Oriental setting, So no.
Yeah, since that's a fair point. Ateru's going crazy in the chat. I think someone said something that she knows is not right, so she's just like, what?
Norse versus Buddha, according to Finrod.
Angelo says that he thinks religion was used as the cover for the world of sea. And yeah, because we know that there's like a church of Geass that we see with the nun and a C2. So it's like, I feel like they would definitely use religions and stuff like that to combine it with Geass in order to get people to, accept Geass, or if they know about it, to accept it or to keep it hidden. Because obviously, imagine in our world, it was suddenly revealed that there was such a thing as Geass power that only certain people had. People would panic. They would be afraid. It's like, who is this? Are they controlling me? We have to get rid of these people. So they would definitely use all sorts of tactics to kind of calm people down, or to make them believe that these are like gods or like chosen people, prophets or something, or just to keep it hidden, right? So I think that in the different parts of the world, different religious orders and stuff would use everything they could to keep it hidden. Kind of like in Attack on Titan, you have the Wall Church, like the Church of the Wall, that is keeping a lot of secrets in order to stop people from panicking.
Yeah, that makes sense. And at the same time, it could have just evolved on its own, right? They all know that there's something like SeaWorld, something like God out there, and they all just do their own cultural kind of scenarios, cultural experiences, and they create their own kind of God from it.
Yeah, because the assumption we're going on, guys, is that the ancient civilization known as the Ragnares created this before modern humans existed. So basically, it wasn't like one church of Geass that existed since the Ragnares today. Humans in different parts of the world discovering the ancient civilization's remnants started kind of coming up with their own beliefs to explain what this was. That's at least my belief. And that's why we see the different types of architectures, the Buddhist statue, the European statue. It's telling us that in different parts of the world, that these thought elevators exist. This ancient civilization was influential. And now these different cultures that exist today are dealing with it and trying to understand it.
Right, okay. Yeah. Just like how you have like certain religions that still work on the same kind of premise, but then alter, like how you got like Christianity, Islam, and Judaism, kind of thing.
Yeah, and by the way, our boy Gilgamesh has arrived, another one of our patrons. What's up, bro? Glad to have you here.
Yeah, welcome, bro. In time to catch the ending at least, but we had good discussion today for sure.
Any other things you guys saw from the PV that you want to discuss? Let me know in the chat. Yeah, like I said, the orange stuff, my biggest takeaways were oranges around Suzaku that I didn't figure out at first. Anya, the close-up of the camel stuff where it clearly looks like a girl with long hair that I feel like is greenish. Some people say is blondish. Either way, interesting. And
definitely the drill, if it is, because I didn't even see it, but if there's a drill on the Goran Mark II, that's huge, I think, as well.
Well, depending on how good the drill is.
Still, man, like that's big. Like that's something that would get me psyched. And the other thing would be, I really do wonder why Rivals and them are in the airport. Where are they traveling to? I think that's very important for the plot. So I look forward to seeing why they're in an airport.
Yeah, and Ateru says she will discuss this stuff more in the Discord. So yeah, guys, if you want to join the Discord, link is in the description. We have a special anime theories chat room in there just for theories to discuss. We also have a Code Geass room for just Code Geass stuff. So like if you like this kind of stuff and you want to do it more than once a week, like we do, feel free to join the Discord. Almost 1,030 members right now, so well over 1,000.
Nice.
Yeah, so what were you saying there, Gozen, about the airport? Yeah. I had someone, I forget now who, it might have been Sugar Kun, I'm not 100% sure, messaged me a while ago saying the airport scene might be in Australia or them traveling to Australia. Yeah, I know, Australia again. And he even showed me some pictures of the Brisbane airport that looked very similar to that airport scene. So I don't know, guys. I don't know.
Yeah, but then like even airports, like I feel like they look alike. But yeah, it could be. Who knows?
If we zoom in really closely, you could be like, You can see on the floor, it's written Australia, bitches. You have to zoom in really closely, though, but it's there.
And I wonder what the scene with Suzaku clearly in Zero's outfit, like going in that steam over those steam pipes. Like I don't remember seeing something like that before.
Yeah, it looked like a factory or of some sort or something. I mean, maybe there's like maybe it is like a terrorist faction, and maybe like there's a factory or warehouse around that kind of industrial looking area, and they're hiding out there plotting, and he was going in there to intercept or whatever, possibly.
And you know what? Like when there's a shot before that new mecha appears, before the new nightmare frame appears, there's a shot in like a very green place, and then there's destruction and the mecha falls. That does seem kind of to remind me of when Suzaku was running, so it could not be Suzaku in the nightmare frame. We'll see. Could be the nightmare frame trying to destroy Suzaku. Because they're both very green locations.
Anime XD says that, do we think that the marks on the damage marks on the Zero mask look like bullet holes? And I thought, I don't know, if the mask is bulletproof, then that could look like bullets hitting it but not piercing through, because
that definitely looks like, yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Definitely looks like could be bullets for sure.
Yeah, like, but they're not pierced through, so it's not holes.
No, dented.
Yeah, it's dented. Yeah. So if we assume that the mask has been made bulletproof,
and
then that could be bullets.
Yeah, that's I think that's the smartest assumption. I don't see what else it could be.
Yeah, and Hatenshi asked, how do we think Lelouch would make himself public again? Would he come out as the enemy of the world, or would he come out as a hero? And I think that he would not come back to life, like, tell people he's alive unless he really had to. And I'm thinking that the only way he had to would be to fight against a greater evil. So my thinking is that he would come out of the shadows in order to fight against the greater evil, rather than pretend to be the bad guy himself. So
no, I don't think he should come out at all, because there's too much to explain. Even if I came out, yeah, I mean, I'm supposed to be dead, yeah. Say like I've told my family I'm dead, yeah. I've faked my own death. I've gone, yeah, and this is just my family. You know what I mean? Let alone the rest of the world, yeah, right? And then 2 years later, say, I then turn up because, someone was there endangering my family, whatever, yeah? There's still a lot of explaining to do. You know what I mean? People ain't just going to accept you and go, oh, yeah, okay, no, it's okay. Yeah, you saved us. Straight away, they're going to go, where the fuck have you been? Where have you been?
I don't see. It's difficult. Right?
It's very, no. Because, I mean, there's a lot of people who don't care for him as a person because they don't know him as a person. They only know him as the tyrant. You know what I mean? So, they're not going to be as, reluctant to ask questions or as accepting of him as, like, Callan or Tojo or anyone else. You know what I mean?
They don't know any of the backstory at
all. No, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I think that's a good point.
Far too dangerous.
Is he going to reveal himself publicly at all? That's a good point. And Sugar Kun is in here. What's up, bro? I mentioned you earlier in the stream because of the stuff you sent me on Discord, the theory stuff. Wraith is asked to post the time of the party for Discord party tomorrow. It's basically going to be going on all day, Wraith. So I'm going to be just chilling on Discord pretty much all day. We're going to have some events, just hanging out. It's not going to be anything like come at a specific time. Just come hang out. It's going to be a fun time. Gozen is going to make an appearance. I invited all the Rand Cafe crew to come. I think most of them will make an appearance. So, yeah, it will be just like an all-day type fun. Come whenever you can for Sunday.
It's going to be big. It's going to be big. And it's going to be lit.
Volhan with a V says, hype. Agreed. Agreed, my friend.
There will even be.
Blade Ultra says, wait, what? Is Season 3 coming out? It is coming out. The sequel is coming out. We just don't know when. There is no release date yet. But we just, a PV that was leaked back in December in poor quality was recently leaked in HD. So in this stream, we've been looking at hints that we have in the PV meaning preview or teaser trailer, about Code Geass Season 3 and what we can kind of come up with for potential plot based on the clues in that PV. There was someone else that said something interesting.
Yeah, Gozen will be on Discord, like Ryan says. So not all day, like Animac, but I will be there. So we hit 1,000. We gotta do it. Somebody bring beers for the party. Yeah, BYOB, people.
Yeah, Black Firewolf is talking about the figure that's climbing on those pipes, and yeah, definitely I would say that's like Suzaku in there because he's the crazy athletic guy, spin Zaku doing all this gymnastic shit. Lelouch can't do that. Lelouch gets tired from running, so definitely
See,
I would not think that's Lelouch.
that could easily be like the night, and then the morning after, that's when like the mask is found on the beach.
Yeah. Because like he tries to intercept them, but you know they had far too much firepower or something.
And imagine what happens now when the whole world sees that Zero has been defeated, right? Because I'm guessing these people want to like attack Zero, show their power, this organization, and now you have that Zero mask on the beach shows that he did lose his mask. He was being shot at. So clearly, like that would be interesting to see how the world reacts to Zero, their savior, being defeated by somebody. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, Rosemary Cat said something interesting. She said, "Did you know that the Geass symbol is a crane, like the wishes that they keep talking about?" And yeah, the Geass symbol is definitely some kind of bird, and it could definitely be a crane. And that's an interesting point because cranes and wishes are mentioned in the show, and of course, Geass is supposed to fulfill your greatest wish, right? So it's definitely a cool connection that you made there. I like that a lot, Rosemary.
Gilgamesh says some call and plot. Yeah, we gotta have some of that. We gotta have some of that.
Oh man, I need my Valletta, Colin, and Cornelia plot.
Man, Valletta is just gonna be like, you're not gonna get any Valletta stuff. It's just gonna be her with a kid, man. Relax.
She's out of the running now. Is that what you said?
Like, yeah, I don't think they'll be like fan servicing her too much. She's probably just gonna have a kid in her hand. They're just gonna be like, eh.
Hey, it's Code Geass, bro. Don't bet on that. Coca Joe Gaming says that he thinks that the Zero mask might have like barnacles on it and stuff. It might have been just damaged in the water, depending on how long it was there. And yeah, to me, it looks like damage from a fight, but it does also depend on how long it's been there.
Yeah, because it like if you look at it closely, it has a lot of hole like shaped dents, like like a circle shaped dents repeatedly. So it would be weird if they got all that just from hitting into rocks and stuff, right? So it would seem that there were shots fired at it.
Shots fired.
Or some kind of heat damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Knowing what we know, definitely.
And a lot of people in the chat are saying they want some C2 plot as well. They think C2 is best, girl. So yeah, I think C2 lower body plot is always best.
C2 plot is in general good.
I want some cheese. I want some cheese kun plot.
Yeah. No, C2, like, again, you gotta love her. There's nothing to not love about C2.
Yeah, I really wonder whether we're gonna have Cheese Kun and Table Kun and like those little references in the sequel. I hope we will, because
we're gonna go crazy for every little thing.
Well, I know, because it all depends on how much the creators are actually paying attention to what the fans like in the show, because to them those were minor details in many ways, right?
Well, Table Kun may no longer be in it because it all depends. Because I mean, they're not going to be in the school anymore. I shouldn't think. So.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, they might. Hopefully, they're not too much like Dragon Ball Super and just kind of writing fan fiction, right? So hopefully they have their own like kind of idea where they're going, and they're not just like listening too much to the community and just being like, "All right, here's your fanfic here, here's your fanfic here."
Well, I want them to listen to me, not the whole community, but like I would love them to listen to me.
Yeah, it can just it's a line you have to walk, a fine line where you don't want to be too serving the fans too much, so it gets overboard and it's just more
it's true. If you want to please everybody, in the end, you don't actually please anybody. You create a stupid product.
Yeah. So So hopefully they can strike a good balance between that.
Yeah.
Ateru says, if 1,000 cranes equals a wish coming true, then do you think that a Geass might require Geassing 1,000 people before you get a double Geass in both eyes? I don't know. I think that's probably just a coincidence because it's hard to like, when do you Geass 1,000 people? Does for Mao everybody count that he's whose minds he reads and stuff like that, right? So I think that's probably just a coincidence. The 1,000 number. I don't think there's a connection per se, but that's my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. Plus, it's more
Urbano says he has to head out to work, but he says bye, and he hopes that there's going to be Valletta fan service for me in season 3. Thank you, Urbano, bro.
That's hilarious. Man, I gotta go. I wish you a lot of Valletta fan service. Peace out.
Yeah, it's like, Animac, you desperate for that shit, man. You desperate. I hope you get what you need. Hope you get your fix.
It's been too long, man. It's been 10 years, man.
Yeah,
we all need
okay.
fixed right now.
I got Soul. He gets me through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do some like black market underground stuff together. You don't want to know about it.
Oh,
well, has he still not seen it?
I have.
Oh, you've seen it? Oh, okay.
I have, yeah.
So I want him to make that picture the thumbnail, convince him.
We will see. I will look through the artwork and I will decide what will be the thumbnail.
Because he's butthurt that he's not in the thumbnail, but man, come on.
No, we will see, man. We will see. I will test out different things and we'll figure it out.
Do I need to do one for you, Gozen? Is that what it is?
Yes. Dear God, yes.
For the next video, Gozen.
No.
Solmaka's overworked, man.
No, but yeah, no, Solmaka, if you could, that would be nice.
Yeah. For the next video, because Solmaka's overworked, bro.
Yeah, do your best.
Yeah.
If you I'll
keep
time,
that in mind. I'll keep that in mind.
We only pay him in glory and honor. We don't pay him in money. Remember that.
Yeah. Of course.
Woo! And I got bills. No.
I got bills to pay, man.
Of course. Hentai's got to pay the bills.
Yeah, he's got mouths to feed, man. He's He's on a whole nother level.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, Mackelnut, our boy Mackelnut, right now is streaming on Twitch a gaming tournament with Rude Devil and a bunch of people. So I'm gonna, after this stream, head out there for a bit to chill, and then into Discord, because on our Discord we're gonna be doing like karaoke and all this fun stuff. So be sure to, I'll left the link in the description both to the Discord and to Mac's channel, a Twitch channel, if you want to go and check it out. Mac's a great guy. Anything else you guys want to say before we call it a day on this stream, Gozen or Soul?
Nothing much. Stuff is looking up, and apparently, as Animax said, there might be some news about Code Geass Season 3 during Anime North, so like the end of May, coming out in Japan. So that would be exciting. Things are looking hyped right now on the internet. I just hope it doesn't they keep giving us little by little so the hype stays real. And thanks for supporting us all the way through this whole year, and some of you were there before, so we appreciate it.
Yeah, awesome community, guys. Thank you all for coming here regularly, chilling with us. We have such a blast doing it, always, including Solmaka, our boy, who I think you've been here since December on the channel, bro.
Me? Yeah, I've been on the channel since December, yeah, and then I joined the Discord early January, I believe.
Yeah, that's when we made it. It wasn't even made.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I joined the Discord straight away. Then pretty much. Yeah.
So I see. I remember when you came to the channel. So I remember the guy that says, "I'm a Code Geass fan and hentai artist."
Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah.
I remember too. Your comments.
It's very noticeable, isn't it? I mean, there's not many of us out there that would do that. So yeah, definitely.
I was like, make a mental note.
Keep this guy. Take him on board.
The Solmaka doesn't pay the bills. Does it pay the bills? Or
no, it helps. It helps. It definitely helps. But yeah. No, I want it to become like the full-time thing. Currently, I've made a good contact through the Discord. Actually, Mega. He's into game programming, so I'm gonna be working with him to make a visual novel.
Very cool.
Sweet.
Very cool.
That's gonna be interesting. Once that's sorted and stuff, then yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like the Discord has been a great resource for many people. We met some cool people. We, got together. People are doing projects together. So yeah, it's a very, very fun thing. Very fun. Like definitely way more than I could have expected in terms of creating this community. So it's been amazing. A few people are asking if Geass expires, if the command expires after the person that gave them command dies. And first of all, like we know Lelouch didn't die, so his Geass would on Suzaku would still technically be the live thing, would still be there. I don't know. Is there any other examples of someone dying and then the Geass command still being
Active.
active? Yeah.
Mm, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, because you could say yeah with Nunnally, you know, with Charles dying, but the thing is, with that scene when we see her, she then breaks out of it, you know, because she opens her eyes. But I mean, that doesn't rule out the memories ain't still affected. It just means yeah, she opened her eyes because I mean, she was still like confined to the wheelchair. Whether that's just because of like the muscles weakened over time, I don't know. But yeah, yeah, it could also be that her memories are still partly like hazy and affected with what actually happened. Cause yeah.
Yeah, because the Geass are different too. Like some of them are just for a little while, like Rolos, right? Some of them are like have a permanent effect. Some of them expire after a while. So yeah, it's an interesting thing to think about. I'm not 100% sure, but either way, we know Lelouch is not dead. So I feel like we might see Suzaku with his command
Live, yeah.
still
I
in the
think
future.
so. I think so.
Tarun asked, "Is there hope for Millie X Rivel?" And I
Oof.
think Rivel hopes so. I don't know if there is.
Oof. Yeah, yeah, I don't know about it, but Ataru was convincing me that there could be a chance, you know, that they could actually get together and Millie in Millie fashion just trolling people, and then eventually showing her hand that then has the ring on it, signifying obviously their engagement or marriage or whatever.
I
Yeah.
would feel so good for Rivals.
Yeah, finally in it. Finally you got in there, lad. Finally.
Yeah,
He was there from day one. He was
it
there
took you
from day
10
one.
years, bro. Took you 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, sounds good, guys. Great discussion again, as always. Thank you, Sol, for joining us and Gozen as well. I know how
course,
busy you are.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for respecting that, bro.
How
Thanks
busy
for
you are
gracing
not
thanks for
doing the
gracing the
editing.
channel with your presence, Gozen.
Nothing but love.
Right. Yeah.
And of course, everyone in the chat, thank you so much for coming again and hanging out. Next week, we'll be doing the stream too. If there's no big news, we might just do the rewatch again. But either way, Code Geass content on this channel is here to stay because we love it, and other
Home
content
of Code
as well.
Geass and other popular anime you love.
Yeah, and of course, we do the weekly news. We do all the big news. We make videos on it, analysis, that kind of stuff. So, of course, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. And yeah, stay tuned for more. And until next time, see ya, Space Cowboys.
Bang.
Bang.